got to teach your kids to keep their head on the swivel, and you got to make sure your kids always is aware of their surroundings, because we got people out there that are intentionally targeting kids, whether that's the Democrats, whether that's these psychos, whether that's these sick people. Everybody wants people's kids. It's like kids is the hot commodity right now. Everybody want to get to your kids and control your kids. This is why you have to. This is why I tell you guys, keep your eyes on your kids.
This woman walked up and grabbed my daughter at Walmart and said this. So this happened this morning, and I'm still mad thinking about it, right? So I ran into Walmart with my daughter real quick. She's in the car, actually, because she needed notebook paper for school when I forgot yesterday. So we're in there, normal trip. She's right next to me the whole time, but I noticed something weird. Every time I turned down an aisle, I kept seeing the same lady, like she was, matching our steps. So at first I'm like, maybe she's shopping too. But then my daughter grabbed my hand tighter and said, "Dad, she keeps looking at me." So I slowed down and I let my daughter walk slightly behind me so I can watch. That's when it happened. This lady walked up fast and grabbed my daughter by the wrist, like confidently, like she had the right to. And she goes, "Come on, baby, I found you." Bro, my heart dropped, so I snapped instantly, like, "Hey, get your motherfucking hands off my daughter, bro." And everything turned and started, basically. And the lady didn't even panic. She looked at me dead in my face and said, "No, this is my daughter. You're trying to take her." And my daughter started crying like that. I pulled my daughter behind me, and I'm standing in front of her like a shield. And I'm yelling, "Someone call security right now." So the lady starts acting crazy, talking about, "I just lost my daughter in this store. She looks exactly like her." Then she pointed at my daughter like, "That's her."
See, we living in a crazy world today where we got people trying to take other people's kids. This is why I tell you guys, keep your eyes on your kids. This is why I tell you guys, you got to have that father. This is why it's important to have the father in your child's life, because the father is the protector. You got to watch out for these crazy people. There's people out there that's willing to take your kids at any means necessary in the Walmart and willing to use your color against you. "Oh, this is my baby." And knowing your country go broke, no one's going to have shit. F the oil. I'm going to light it all on fire. I'm going to destroy my infrastructure. Just make everybody feel it. You'll start seeing war on the streets when that gas hits $20 a gallon.
Absolutely.
You don't have to have a world war. You'll have one here. You don't give a shit about a world war. That electricity won't even be on. You can't afford that to even turn on the news to find out there's a world war. You got to go fight your neighbor. You got to go up the street. You got to go rob a store for whatever goods they have, because bread costs $50, $20. You want a peanut butter jelly sandwich, you're going to have to go kill somebody for it. Everybody's got morals while they got money in their pocket. But as soon as the money's gone, you'll see how many morals you really have as a society. That shit goes out the window. That's one of the first things that's going to go out the window. The truth. Your morals is going to go out the window. You will steal. You will lie. You will...
Before the attack, you can see the great-grandfather pushing the stroller on his daily walk. Minutes later, Heather Magone, seen here walking behind him, ran over and was claiming the baby was hers. The woman started unbuckling the safety straps and tried to take the 14-month-old from the stroller, according to Long Beach police.
He said she was like clawing at him and biting him and grabbing him. He just kept kind of holding her down.
The attack so forceful, Magone was able to rip the covering that was secured to the stroller, according to the parents. Police say the baby's great-grandfather got the woman on the ground with one hand and held onto the stroller with the other.
She started yelling, "This is my child, this is my child, I have a license."
Mom says
King
neighbors
Solomon's
heard the commotion, ran out to help, and called 911. The great-grandfather called the parents, who rushed to the scene and were reunited with their child, who was unharmed. Magone was then arrested and is facing charges for kidnapping in the second degree. The 40-year-old is a licensed social worker in Long Beach. In this exclusive video just moments before the
York City police officers are under investigation tonight after some ugly footage surfaced of them roughing up a suspect at a Brooklyn liquor store. On an undercover drug sting at the time, they allegedly tried to arrest the wrong guy. Lily Luciano has late details, and this is one of those stories where the video may be disturbing to some viewers.
Cell phone video captured two NYPD officers repeatedly punching a man in the face inside a Brooklyn liquor store yesterday afternoon. The violent exchange spills through the aisles, knocking bottles that shatter on the ground, seemingly cutting the man as he was dragged across the floor. One of the plainclothes officers, wearing an NYPD vest, is seen pushing and punching him, at one point appearing to kick the man in the head. Bystanders begged the officers to stop. One officer responded, cursing and yelling back. Timothy Brown, a home health aide, says he is glad to be alive.
They just repeatedly hit me. My nose was broken, blood rushing from my nose. They had no remorse for beating me.
New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani condemned the arrest on X,
crazy,
calling
man.
the, quote, violence used by NYPD officers in this video extremely disturbing and unacceptable. NYPD Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the officers have been placed on modified duty.
This matter is under internal review by our Internal Affairs Bureau, but I understand the community interest in it because it is an upsetting video.
And tonight, the NYPD said that the man that they were looking to interrogate as part of an undercover drug investigation in this area was wearing green shorts. That's what they were told, like Timothy Brown, but was not Timothy Brown. And although the NYPD said that he, Brown, would be charged with resisting an arrest, the DA told CBS News New York tonight that those charges, Tony, will be dropped.
You better believe it.
Lily, thank you very much. Two New York City police officers.
Yeah, man, so that was the fair use right there. That shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. Crazy. How they rolling. Yeah. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50, and it reads, a nation of France contentions which shall not regard the person of the old nor strew favor to the young. So they're not going to care about old people, and they're not going to care about young people. All right? And that's these Edomites. They don't care. They don't care if you say, oh, that's just the baby. They don't care about that. They don't care about, oh, that's your son, that's your grandmother, that's your grandfather. They don't care about that. That was letting you know in Deuteronomy 28. And Deuteronomy 28 talks about the gifts and the curses. All right? This is 2 Timothy. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. And it reads, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Now imagine people, you heard about little Johnny, he's doing bad. He started skipping school. And now little Johnny's talking about he want to pick up his AR and just really, he just want to just go shit really hit the fan. He's waxing cold. And he's also being deceived to think that what he's thinking is right. That is what's happening now. As you're seeing that some of these countries have been going on, 2 days straight they had school shootings. This is April the what? 18th? So a lot of this stuff has been happening and been going on. So that lets you know what's in the air. So the evil is going out and people are going to start waxing cold. They're not going to have a regard for the young or for the old. That's why these scriptures are matching up. When it talks about Deuteronomy 28:50 and 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 13. Surely they're not going to care about the young or the old, and their attitudes are just going to get worse. This is 2 Esdras chapter 7 verse 24. I'm sorry, verse 23. We're going to read verse 24 as well. And it reads, and deceive themselves by their wicked deeds. So they're deceiving themselves by their wicked deeds. They think by what they're doing is right, but it's really wrong. And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. So they're saying the ways that what people say in the Most High is not the ways. They're basically saying that their ways are the ways. They basically say what is good is bad, what's bad is good. And that's how these people are thinking in these last days. This is 2 Esdras, chapter 7, verse 24. But his law have they despised. Let that pause real quick and sink in. They have despised the law that's coming from Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. And people have despised the prophets. Because the prophets delivered the law through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and through the Rakakadash. They have despised it. They don't like it. As it continues, it reads, and denied his covenants. Okay. In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. Well, if you are going to despise the law, you're going to deny the covenants and the law and the statutes, and you're not going to be faithful to it. So if you feel all those ways, there's no way for you to perform the works of. You're just doing on how you feel. And when you're doing that, you are taking yourself away from Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm going to try to bring in one more verse that should hit home. But I'm trying to do this right because I'm still learning these phones and computers, because sometimes this stuff just cuts off and fucks my video up. Bear with me. Alright, this is Leviticus. I hope I got this right. I've seen a few verses. If someone has something, you can always drop a comment. As long as it's positive. This is a positive GMS community on this channel. Like I said before, I don't just post my videos. I post other brothers' videos and comments and stuff like that because we are looking for the hopeful elect. So I'm all for other GMS. If you have you want to say, hey, post this GMS video on your channel, maybe your viewers might like it. Hey, I'm all for it. You know, this is about getting the word out for Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Kadash. So it's not about me. It's about looking for the hopeful elect. This is Leviticus chapter 27, verse 10, and it reads, "He shall not alter it." Now, to alter something, that means you trying to change it up, trying to make it be something that it once wasn't. Continue reading. Nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. If he shall at all change beast for beast, then it and the exchange therefore be holy. So if you're going to exchange something, it has to be positive. If you say, hey, listen, you know, I see you have a position as a guardsman, you know, and I have a position of a guard too, but it's more up there. You know, you can say, hey, let's switch. We're both guarding, and it's both something that's holy. You know, even if you're changing to be a guard from a cook, you're still doing something holy in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why it says at the latter part, and the exchange thereof shall be holy. So it's something that is positive, not something that is negative. You're not changing to do something negative. You're not changing to do something that is positive to do something negative. All right? So it has to be holy. And that's how it needs to be with our acts and how we conduct ourselves. If we're doing something holy, we need to stay on that route, on that routine, that regimen that we are doing, and not getting away from that we are doing stuff that is bad. And now that we took something good that we was doing, and now we're doing wickedness. We had to steer away from that. This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 48. This is a red letter. Which, when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but casted the bad away. And that's what we must do when we are in this world. When we see these police officers just going out there doing this wickedness, when you see these kidnappers taking people's children, doing all this craziness out here, when you see all this stuff that is wicked, we must cast the bad away, as it says right here. We must keep this in our mind. Because what did it say? They drew sore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels. And see, that's how the separation is going to be between the sheep and the goats. The good is going to be gathered for salvation. And the one that's going to be gathered is going to be casted away. So we must keep that in mind. We don't want to be part of those that's being casted away. That's why, just like exercise, we have to exercise in our mind and our heart. Because you could be looking good on the outside, but on the inside, if your heart condition, your mind isn't right, you will be casted towards that bad side, and you will be casted away. This is Jeremiah 24:2. It's more to it, but I'm only going to read a little bit of it. Trying to learn how to keep these videos short to the point. Jeremiah 24:2, and reads, one basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe. And the other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad. Now, if you're a fruit eater, which I'm a fruit eater, I love me some fruit, I love me some vegetables, I love some good meat. Don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted. But I like me some good fruit. You know, some very good fruit. Cause, I mean, how about some outside, man? They make some good fruit out here. But when it gets spoiled, it just don't taste right. It tastes better. So by that being said, the Heavenly Father is not going to gather figs that are not ripened or that are bad. That's why this is right here in Jeremiah 24:2. It says one basket had very good figs. So it's talking about two baskets. It says one basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe. When they first start ripening, they're ready to go. They're ready to be plucked. And the other basket had very naughty figs. Something that you like, they spoil. Which is, as it said, which could not be eaten. Just like that manna. You know, when the Heavenly Father let the manna hit the floor, and the ones that was left over, they tried to eat that stuff and they couldn't. It was nasty. It's the same type of way. You have to lean on Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rakal Kadash. I actually was going to end this video, but I accidentally somehow pressed this, and this came up. I think this is beautiful how this accidentally came up. I really feel this is the Rakal Kadash right here. This is Philippians chapter 3, verse 14, and it reads, I press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. And that's what we must do. We must press forward, move forward for that prize of everlasting life, the prize of being forgiven, of that high calling from Yahweh Shai. By Yahweh. By Hashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. So I hope that this lesson was edifying to all the Akia, to all the Aqua. Shalom.